Gosh, she's brilliant, isn't she?
Yeah, it's really good. It's a great idea.
Lovely. And some beautiful skies in some of those pictures.
Well, we finally had some today, didn't we? It was lovely outside. Absolutely freezing, though. I got on the tube after I'd been filming with her, and this guy, I was so cold. This guy got on and was like, "Oh, I'm so hot." I was like, "Well, I'm not. Stop going on about it, mate. I need to put my hands on him." I love sharing cold hands. Do you ever do that? I'm like, feel my hands, especially when you put them on someone's neck. Anyway, I know you're not supposed to touch people anymore, so I have to stop doing that, especially to strangers. It doesn't go down very well. I don't really. Anyway, never mind. Let's take a look at the weather, and it's going downhill tomorrow. Here we go. Hello again. I hope you had a lovely day. This squirrel certainly did, making the most of an outdoor feast. It won't be tomorrow. It's going to be pretty miserable. We've got wetter weather heading our way. There is actually a weather warning in place for rain to the south of England. Now, it might affect some of you the further south you live. Most of us won't be getting the worst of the weather here in London, but it is still going to be pretty wet and pretty miserable and cooler as well. It's better on Friday, and then into the weekend, the rain returns. What's going on? Well, the jet stream is pretty strong at the moment. These are the upper winds, and it is helping to fire in low pressure systems. Now, you can also see from these colours here, these yellows and oranges, that as we go into the weekend, it's a bit milder, but we have got that rain as well on Saturday and possible further showers on Sunday. So worth keeping an eye out on the forecast. Still a few days away. As for the rest of this evening, pretty quiet outside. A lot of clear skies initially, so those temperatures will drop down, but we are going to see more cloud moving in by the end of the night, and that rain starting to knock on the door. Temperatures are down to the mid single figures, so it will feel quite cool as we start the day. And then we see that rain moving in as Thursday gets going. It's going to be pretty persistent, that rain, and there will be some heavier bursts on it as well, so not particularly pleasant conditions. The temperatures are cooler as well, highs of only 7 to 9 degrees. The winds aren't too bad, but there could still be some occasional gusts. And then as we go into the evening, that rain does become more showery, but some of those bursts could still be quite heavy. So not a great start, not a great end. Much better on Friday, although potentially a bit cloudier the further east you live. Into Saturday, you'll wake up to this, so a pretty unpleasant start to the weekend with further showers possible on Sunday. We'll keep you posted. That's it. Cheerio.
It always impresses how artists get from a sketch like this to a finished picture like this. Jana is a talented artist, but it's her subject matter that's helped her stand out.
So this is where I grew up. This was my old bedroom. That was our kitchen.
And this is how she's drawn it up, a party on Cleverley Estate. So how did it come about that you started drawing estates?
Well, I was listening to a song that my mum used to play when I lived here,
Right.
and it reminded me of White City Estate that I went to Play Centre on.
Ah.
So I drew that, and then I posted that on social media, and it got loads of attention. And then I started drawing estates. I drew here next, and then
Took off, did it?
yeah. I didn't realise this until I went to secondary school, that not everyone comes from estates. And then I started to think, oh, okay. And then I was embarrassed. And the reaction that I get from people when I post is, you don't need to feel ashamed of being from an estate. And it's just nice to feel represented, because I feel like I come from a large percentage of the population that are ignored and judged. This is where this picture is based.
After taking a photo and initial sketch, a lot of the work is done on the computer, from the drawings right through to the colour. How long does each picture take to make?
It takes, well, the maximum amount of time it can take up to 3 weeks.
This picture with the horse is of the Thamesmead estate.
I wrote on my post, the idea behind this was something you might see in a dream, and then someone commented saying, actually, this is something you might see on the estate. So, yeah.
It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Gianna's had a lot of interest on social media and even requests for certain estates to be animated. This one was created for rapper Big Zoo's single.
The scene is actually made up. It's a block in Peckham that I've taken a picture of, and then I just made up the cafe.
Gianna, known as Gigi the illustrator, has many more London estates still to draw, and with them memories to stir and scenes to celebrate.